Hi Pisces, I hope that you're all doing well. We are starting off with the Five of Cups, which it can be a moment where you're kind of like looking at the way that something had unfolded, and you cannot be feeling the most thrilled with this right now. It can be something that you're looking at and being like, if there was one way that I didn't want it to go, it was this way. And even though I'm still seeing there be stuff to be like living for, we can say right now, there can just be other things going on where you're like, I don't feel very happy with this. And so it just be something maybe that's being recognized right now. I think that on the other hand, you do have something going on, maybe multiple things going on that you feel happy about. So it feels like feeling both of those things. Like you may be feeling kind of sad about one thing, you may be feeling kind of excited about another thing. Maybe you feel sad about the way that things turned out in a certain situation, or you're like left wanting or like yearning or feeling unhappy. Maybe looking at things and being like, if I were in charge of the way that this would go, I would have written this a bit differently. Having Page of Wands on the other hand, I think at the same time, there's hope. And I think at the same time, there's an openness. And so it feels like both of these happening simultaneously, where it's like kind of taking the good with the bad, you know, as far as like your experience, taking the desirable with the undesirable, not losing your faith completely. Having Page of Wands, like maybe there's something here that you're involved with that you do feel good about. I'm also seeing an Eight of Wands. So maybe this is something that you're going to focus on and kind of pick up the pace with that a little bit, or things can be moving a bit more quickly too. You can be seeing that happen. Feels like your energy is kind of focused. It's being very much funneled into something that you have going on here with the Page of Wands that I think does bring joy and happiness into your life and has you engaged and involved in something that you'd like to be involved in. But yeah, I think there's also just a like dealing with things emotionally right now, which it's all you really can do. I'm seeing you processing and knowing that this is important to your journey forward. And I'm also seeing something that you're working on putting your energy into, and it feels like that's where like much of your energy is being invested currently. But I am seeing a bit of a breaking into the next cycle that you're stepping into that's happening here. It's like you standing in this middle space. Some of your energy is looking back, some of your energy is moving forward, and I think you're transitioning into all of it moving forward right now, but there can still be some pieces that you're picking up emotionally that you're processing through. I am seeing new opportunity open up. So maybe that's something where you're like, okay, this didn't work out, but I see this thing in front of me and I think maybe that can go in a different direction. Getting confirmation of this. So it can be something where it's kind of like turning you around a little bit so you can face forward. You know when like something happens and you feel sad or you feel disappointed about it, or you're just like left wanting given this situation, but then a new opportunity comes through. There's almost this bittersweet energy of like life goes on and life continues. I did kind of want this to go a little bit differently. At the same time, it's not like I have no opportunities left. I'm seeing something very vibrant that's in front of you, but you can also again still be picking up the pieces emotionally and beginning to channel your focus forward while you're still ending the processing of whatever this was that you're currently moving through on the emotional front. But I'm definitely seeing like a lot of good stuff ahead. Maybe it's just about recognizing that and also just giving yourself time to feel everything right now. Yeah, I'm seeing dissatisfaction on the feeling front, but I am seeing you continue to show up and work through it. Maybe this has just been really challenging emotionally. And that you're trying to keep your head above water here at a time when you can be feeling everything but not wanting to drown within it. So how to do both. Seeing something within your understanding that is clicking into place too. So maybe you're having some important epiphanies. Give yourself time to heal. I'm seeing this actually look a lot bigger than initially it seemed. You can be feeling really disappointed by the way that something unfolded, and it can be affecting your motivation moving forward, where if you were like light on your feet right now, you were feeling light on your feet, I think you would already be taking these steps forward, but because of something that you're dealing with right now that feels a bit heavier, and this can be something that weighs on you psychologically as well, it can be making it hard to find the motivation for you to like carry on and move forward. So maybe that's something that's being recognized. I see something that you like put a lot of energy into, and it can just be, there's a lot left to desire about the process. You can be trying to maybe like take it on the chin, but I'm seeing at the same time this being something that you're like, I do feel affected by it, which is fine. Like maybe you just need some time to sit within this. I see healing that's taking place right now. I mean, the way that this comes across, it feels really normal. When we have expectations, the expectations are not met, and we're still processing that, it makes it hard to look forward. It can. So there can be this thing that you're going through right now where you're like, I'm still not totally over this, and it's hard to see the way forward, and it's hard to feel motivated when this happened. And I think it's a protective measure as well, even if it's happening on an unconscious level where we don't want to like accidentally walk into the same scenario again. So when you process something and you understand it, and you feel like the things that you needed to understand about that process click, we are then feeling confident moving forward. But until we understand a process fully, it's not always the easiest to move forward, because you don't know if the same thing's going to happen again or not, because what led to what hasn't really added up at that point. So I think like in processing this, there are going to be answers that you find, and like emotional and intuitive clarity. And then it's going to make it easier to move forward with the confidence that you're not stepping into a repeat situation. And I think that's where you're going to find the motivation to move forward. So in the coming to terms, I think that's going to grant you the motivation that you may be possibly like wishing that you had now, or feeling it would be convenient for it to materialize currently. Yeah, definitely healing that's taking place. I'm seeing something that you were really into and something that you were really excited about that kind of like flashed before your eyes here. Something else about this is that it feels like it concentrated your energy, so it feels like it's only giving you like one way forward. And a lot is going on. You're feeling a lot right now. You're thinking about a lot of things. You're working with yourself. You're working with the energy right now. You can feel like really affected. You can feel really sensitive. You can feel really tuned in, but in a way that can feel heavier to maneuver through right now. And I'm not saying you have plans of giving up, but it can be one of those times where you're like, I'm not saying that I'm quitting. I'm not saying that I'm stopping everything. I'm not saying that I'm like running away from dealing with this. but it's hard for me to, it's kind of like you're traveling on a path, okay, and you're just sitting down right now. And so you're not like walking off of the path, but you're also not really moving forward. So I'm seeing you just be like sitting there right now. But you're not sitting there for no reason. It feels like you're sitting there as you're recovering from the roller coaster that you just went through on the emotional front, which feels normal to be doing that within the energy. But it can make you feel a little bit weary of moving forward, of like investing just to think that you might lose again. So that can be something in your head that's kind of ruling the choices that you're making currently. And I think just being still for right now is probably the best thing to do. So you don't be being like reactive, then making a choice and being like, if I was grounded, I wouldn't have done that. But yeah, this is kind of like what's going to be happening now. Feeling unsure about your future too. And that can be something that's eating at you a bit here. Trying to take the best care of yourself possible, trying to discern what that actually looks like on a practical level. And I think overall just feeling, what's the word that I'm looking for? I think that you can be feeling disillusioned right now by things. And I see this as being like on actually like a large scale. When it comes to like your life and how it's looking right now, you can be feeling disillusioned. And you can be figuring out how to both bear the weight of that and actively move through a complicated situation. So all of these things are going on right now. Give yourself time. I'm seeing that you're in the process of a release, which is going to help you feel lighter on your feet to move through this. And I think the best thing that you can do for yourself right now is to not make any impulsive moves and give yourself time to feel everything and know that it's not going to stay like this forever, which can maybe allow you to feel everything that you're feeling and know that then it's going to dissipate after that. But you have to let yourself feel everything in order for that to activate the dissipation. All right, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.